profitable, so why am I always out of cash? If you've ever said that sentence, maybe to your spouse, maybe to your attorney, or maybe just to yourself at 11 o'clock at night, staring at your bank balance, this video is for you. And I want you to know something before we even start. There's nothing wrong with you. There is something wrong with what you're looking at. Here's the sentence that explains almost everything. Profit is an opinion and cash is a fact. Your profit and loss statement, the report that your accountant sends you, is telling you a story about a period of time. Revenue you earn, expenses that you incurred, and by those rules, you're profitable. The P&L isn't lying to you, but your bank account plays by completely different rules. And there are 4 places where the money quietly leaves the building without ever showing up as an expense on that profit report. 1, money you earn but you haven't collected. Every invoice sitting unpaid is profit on paper and $0 in your bank account. If your customers pay in 45 days or 60 days, you are financing their business with yours. Now think about that. Number 2, debt payments. When you pay down a loan, only the interest shows up on your P&L. The principal, usually the bigger number, comes straight out of cash and is invisible on your profit report. You can be profitable and paying yourself broke, one loan payment at a time. Number 3, taxes and owner's draws. The money you take out to live on and the money you set aside or should be setting aside for taxes doesn't reduce your profit, it absolutely reduces your cash. And number 4, growth itself. This is the one almost nobody warns you about. Growth consumes your cash before it even produces cash. New hires get paid weeks before their work gets billed and months before it gets collected. New locations, new equipment, bigger payroll you pay today for revenue that will arrive later on. So the faster you grow, the tighter the bank account feels. Growing broke isn't a contradiction, it's math. Now, you've just heard 4 ways your cash quietly disappears. And if you're honest with yourself, you don't know which ones are happening in your business right now. You felt the tightness, but you've never been able to point at why and why you're tired of guessing at it. So stop guessing. It's called the Cash Clarity Check. 6 questions, 3 minutes, and you'll know green, yellow, or red and exactly where your money is hiding. The link is right below. Take it now. If you can't wait, I'll be right there. Or stay with me 2 more minutes because knowing where the money goes is one thing, but deciding what to do about it is what actually changes your business. So let me tell you about a client of mine. When we met, she was convinced she had a marketing problem. Her revenue was decent and she was profitable on paper, but she was tight on cash every single month. Now, her plan was to spend more to grow her way out of it. Now, remember what I said, grow her way out of it, right? Now, before she spent $1, we did one thing. We found out where the money was actually going. Not where the P&L said it went, but where it actually went. And we did this week by week. And what we found changed her plan entirely. The cash wasn't disappearing into some mystery. It was sitting in her slow collections, leaking through her labor costs that she couldn't see per client and getting consumed by growth that she hadn't priced for. Once she could see it, her decisions changed. What to fix first and when she could actually afford to hire. Which growth was worth taking and which was quietly costing her money. So 7 months later, her revenue had grown 68% without adding a single new marketing dollar. The same business, the same market. She didn't grow because we found more clients. She grew because she started making different financial decisions. That's it. That's the whole secret, and that's the whole point of this video. The gap between profit and cash isn't just a bookkeeping curiosity. It's the difference between decisions made on gut feel and decisions made on sight. So what do you actually do? Well, you don't need a finance degree and you don't need to learn to love spreadsheets. You need to answer 3 questions every single month. First, how much cash is actually coming in and going out and when? Not annually, weekly. Cash problems live in the timing. Remember that. Second, where are your one or two biggest leaks? In almost every business I've ever looked at, the gap comes down to one or two things. It's collections, a cost that scale faster than revenue, or debt structure. Not 20 things, one or two. Third, what's your runway? This is so important. If revenue paused tomorrow, how many weeks could you operate? If you don't know that number, every big decision that you make is a guess. And if you can answer those three questions, you're ahead of most business owners. If you can't, that's not a character flaw. It just means that nobody ever built you the second scorecard. Because here's what I believe. You already know your revenue, you probably know your profit, but you deserve to know where your money is actually going every single month, week, and day. You already know where the link is. 6 questions and you'll finally see it. Green, yellow, or red. And if it's red, here's the good news hiding inside it. You'll know why. Why you can be profitable on paper and still tight at the bank every single month. It was never in your head and now it has an address. That's your starting list. So the next time a big decision lands on your desk, a hire, a loan, a lease, you're not guessing what your cash can handle. You're looking at exactly what to fix first. That's not guessing anymore, that's a plan. Owners tell me they wish they had handed me this 5 years ago. Today, somebody just did. The goal was never to know more numbers. The goal is to make better financial decisions. I'm Karina Thomas, and thank you for watching.